Chapter 34. Misunderstanding. Seeing that Ava didn't believe him, Wesley emphasized again, "I really don't." "Why haven't you gone back yet? You weren't waiting here for me all night, were you?" A playful voice came from behind Ava. She turned around and saw that pretty face. Ava leaned against the car, watching Wesley leisurely, curious to see how he would explain now that his girlfriend had appeared. "I wasn't waiting for you." Wesley's voice carried a hint of impatience. While speaking, he signaled with his eyes for his sister to leave. Stella wasn't the type to be so obedient. She bounced over to Ava with a grin. After examining Ava closely, she raised an eyebrow and nodded. No wonder her second brother was so bewitched. "I'll go first." That scrutinizing gaze made Ava uncomfortable. Her tone was also 2 degrees colder than before. She moved to open the car door, but Stella grabbed her hand. "Sister Ava, you've been drinking, right? Let my second brother drive you home. He can't sleep when he gets home anyway. Use him more. He's got all this energy with nowhere to spend it, and he's been so mean to me at home lately." Stella hugged Ava's arm familiarly, acting cute. Ava was momentarily stunned, followed by embarrassment flooding her heart. She hadn't expected that the girl she saw holding Wesley's arm that day was actually his sister. The flash of surprise in Ava's eyes was caught entirely by Wesley. His eyebrow lifted slightly. So her coldness toward him during this time was all because of his sister. He pulled his sister away from Ava. "You stayed out all night and you're still dawdling here? Mom is definitely waiting in your room right now. You'd better think about how to explain to Mom later." Stella's mouth drooped. She couldn't stand this person who valued romance over family. "Didn't you cover for me?" Stella stamped her foot, looking completely upset. Being caught staying out all night. Her allowance for next month was gone. "I wasn't home. How could I cover for you?" Wesley glanced at his sister. "Get home now." Stella pouted. When she turned to look at Ava, she showed a brilliant smile again. "Sister Ava, I'm going home first. When you have time, come to our house with my second brother. My mom makes delicious desserts, the kind that taste good but don't make you fat." Stella kept looking back every few steps. When she was almost at her car, she raised her voice again. "You must remember to come." After Stella left, the atmosphere suddenly became somewhat delicate. Ava smiled awkwardly. "I should go home too." "I'll drive you." Wesley put his hands in his pockets, his handsome face wearing a bright smile. Ava looked down and took out keys from her bag, handing them to Wesley. "Then I won't be polite." Since Wesley didn't have a girlfriend, this was just a misunderstanding. Then he was still her first choice for marriage, especially after seeing his sister today. She seemed well-raised. Like Wesley, she had an outgoing, sunny, enthusiastic, and easygoing personality. No wonder so many people in New Harbor wanted to marry their daughters into the Hale family. Wesley smiled as he took the keys, a shallow curve at the corner of his lips as he said leisurely, "Not calling me Mr. Hale anymore." Cough, cough, cough. Hearing this, Ava coughed violently. Her fair little face quickly turned red. She had lived for 24 years. This kind of misunderstanding was indeed a first. She also felt a bit embarrassed, after all. During this time, she had been unusually cold to him because she mistakenly thought Wesley had a girlfriend. Wesley raised his hand and gently patted Ava's back. "I was just joking. You don't need to be so nervous." His voice carried teasing. After Ava stopped coughing, he opened the water bottle again and handed it to Ava. "Have some water. I'll drive you back." "Thank you." Ava drank some water and checked her phone, seeing a message from the designated driver. "Sorry, Miss Hart, I have something urgent and can't come temporarily. I'll cancel first, please call someone else." Ava raised an eyebrow. It seemed she and Wesley really had some fate. Ava opened the passenger door and got in. She leaned against the seat back as drowsiness mixed with alcohol hit her together. She raised her weak hand to fasten her seatbelt, but the result wasn't satisfactory. Suddenly, a faint tea fragrance pressed over. "Don't move, I'll help you." The young man's brow showed gentleness, those bright black eyes looking down toward the seatbelt. A clear, pleasant voice sounded in her ear. Ava's gaze fell on the arm that reached across her to pull the seatbelt. Veins were slightly visible on his forearm. His 5 fingers at the end were distinct and slender, beautiful to look at. Looking particularly sexy. "Wesley, you smell so good. What cologne do you use?" Ava straightened up slightly. Click. The seatbelt snapped into the buckle. Wesley turned his head, about to answer. He inadvertently touched something soft. His eyes widened in shock, his black pupils suddenly contracting. The next second, his fingers were grabbed. The girl's boneless hand gently held his hand. When playing together abroad, he had also held Ava's hand when going to dangerous places. But it was completely different from the current situation, whether on his lips or in his hand. Both deeply stimulated his rationality. Suddenly, his lower lip was bitten, and the last string in Wesley's mind completely snapped. He gripped Ava's hand in return, threading through her fingers to interlock with hers. His other hand cupped the back of her head, deepening the kiss. Ava's free hand wrapped around Wesley's waist. His kiss was like him, passionate and full of fervor. In this moment, Ava even had the illusion that she had fallen in love with Wesley. But love meant being controlled by someone. Like her mother, whose mood always changed with her father. She didn't like this feeling. She only wanted to enjoy the feeling of being loved. The car slowly stopped in front of the villa's courtyard, but the person in the passenger seat showed no reaction, still sleeping soundly. Ava's eyes were tightly closed, her breathing steady and deep, as if she had fallen into a sweet dream. Her lips were slightly swollen, showing an enticing color. Wesley sat quietly in the driver's seat, his gaze slowly sweeping over Ava's face. Finally, his gaze fixed on her red lips. His eyes became gentle, the corners of his mouth unconsciously lifting in a satisfied smile. His fingers gently brushed through her hair. Then he carefully unbuckled Ava's seatbelt. His movements were as gentle as caring for a precious treasure. After unbuckling the seatbelt, he didn't immediately leave the car but continued gazing at Ava's sleeping face. His hand supported his chin as he quietly watched her. Time passed minute by minute, and Wesley seemed to forget everything, his eyes containing only Ava's presence. Even when his legs began to go numb from maintaining the same position for too long, he still couldn't bear to look away. After a long time, he finally opened the car door. Got out of the car. His steps were very light, the early morning breeze blowing through his bangs, revealing his handsome, superior brow bone. The smile on his face grew even brighter. Wesley walked around the front of the car, opened the passenger door, and bent down to carry her out of the passenger seat. The servant, who got up early, saw this scene. She hurried forward to close the car door. After closing the car door, she was about to close the main gate when she saw a tall figure striding in from outside. While she was stunned, that person had already walked to the car and took the person from Wesley's arms.